Judge Eileen Cannon, who earned a reputation as Trump's pet judge, has proved again she will do anything to get a treat from her master. This is Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Judge Cannon is like a rash that won't go away. She already proved her undying loyalty to Donald Trump with her rulings in his classified documents case. Said rulings also invited wide criticism from legal experts, including her colleague judges. Today, she managed to help Trump again, but there is a major catch. Stay tuned. For anyone unfamiliar with Judge Cannon and her role in helping to re-elect Donald Trump, here's an overview. Cannon was born in Colombia and immigrated to the United States as a child. She grew up in Florida before she attended the University of Michigan Law School. While a law student, she took a hard turn to the right, joining the Federalist Society in 2005. After serving as a federal prosecutor, she became a judge in 2020 after being nominated to the bench by, you guessed it, Donald Trump. In fact, the pair became so close that her name has repeatedly come up as a possible attorney general for the incoming Trump administration. Cannon really rose to fame in 2023 when, despite outcry from jurists and legal experts, she presided over United States v. Trump, the case in which the Justice Department prosecuted Trump for refusing to turn over classified documents. These are, for anyone wondering, the documents Trump took to Mar-a-Lago when he left the White House. Throughout the trial, Cannon came under fire for her handling of the case, and in July 2024, she dismissed it entirely. Her reasoning? It was too close to the election. Well, we know she can roll over, but can she play fetch? Today's news suggests she can. MSNBC producer Kyle Griffin reports that Judge Cannon has blocked the release of Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation into Trump. This includes investigations into January 6th, his attempts to overthrow the election, as well as his handling of the classified documents. Smith had promised release of the report prior to Trump's return to the Oval Office. Furthermore, Cannon has blocked release of any information from making the report public. Jack Smith has already said he's appealing to Attorney General Merrick Garland to intervene in the case, but there is a twist. According to MSNBC legal analyst Lisa Rubin, Cannon may have just landed herself in trouble. Take a look.
Well, Andrea, let's start with Judge Cannon's ruling. As you noted, Judge Cannon ruled today that she is going to impose a stay on the release of any special counsel report. And according to her order today, that not only applies to the report itself, but also to any information contained in that report. And in both instances, she says Jack Smith, Attorney General Merrick Garland, and Department of Justice employees and agents and those of the special counsel's office are precluded from sharing either the report or any information contained therein beyond the Department of Justice itself. That theoretically means that, for example, when the 11th Circuit decides that they want to have a crack at this, that those actors will be precluded from even sharing with the 11th Circuit itself, the superior decision maker, the information about the report or even a draft report so that they can make a decision here. It's not clear to folks like me, Andrea, whether she has jurisdiction, and that's because earlier this year she threw out the Mar-a-Lago documents case, explaining that from her reasoning, Jack Smith did not have constitutional authority to bring that prosecution under the Appointments Clause of the Constitution. And so there is no basis here to block the report, in part because it's not clear that there's a case or controversy in front of her. But even if there were, the argument that Trump is making that presidential immunity also precludes the release of the report is really a stretch of the Supreme Court's ruling earlier this year. The Supreme Court finding that a president cannot be prosecuted, as you know, for acts having to do with his presidency while he is a sitting president. But here they are trying to say that it has to do with the transition period, and therefore during the transition period he should also be protected, and that he should be protected because this would subject him to some sort of peculiar public opprobrium. You know, Andrea, you and I and others on this network have been discussing the facts at the heart of the Mar-a-Lago documents case since June of 2023, when that indictment was first issued. Based on what Ken's reporting and others, Our understanding is that this report wouldn't contain any new information, much less subject the president to opprobrium publicly or force him to expend a great deal of time and energy combating information in the report. So for all of those reasons, it's unclear to me why Judge Cannon has done what she has done. The one final thing that I'll leave you with is that her stay of the release of the report extends beyond any decision by the 11th Circuit. She says that the stay she's imposing will last for 3 days longer. It's unclear to me also why she's done that, but one possibility is that the 11th Circuit doesn't sit again until next week, starting on the 14th of next week and going through the 17th. Could it be that she is trying to impose a stay that would last beyond the time at which Donald Trump is inaugurated? That's one possibility here, Andrea.
So that's the catch. Judge Cannon has issued a stay on the report, and she may not even have the authority to do so. So what's really going on? She's trying to buy Trump time. See, if Merrick Garland gets to rule on the release of the report, he will, in all likelihood, make it public. But if a Trump appointee gets to make the decision, he will likely block it. After all, as we all know, Trump only wants people loyal to him, not the Constitution, serving in his cabinet. At present, Trump has nominated Pam Bondi to the role of Attorney General following the disastrous nomination of Matt Gaetz. Gaetz had to withdraw from consideration following the release of a House ethics report. Isn't it funny how all these ethics reports keep popping up around Trump and his people? Bondi's nomination has attracted criticism given several ethics issues in her past. Needless to say, people wonder if she's actually going to make it to the office. If she can't survive confirmation, does that mean Eileen Cannon wants to take a shot at the job? Could all of this ruling on the Jack Smith report have something to do with that? What do you think? I'm David Reddish, and this is Occupy Democrats.